Hey, Aiden Rigg here with Lead Freak Academy. I wanted to carry on from yesterday's topic and kind of refresh where we are and then where we're headed. Yesterday we spoke about the first part of sustainability or selling sustainability. And today we're going to continue on. Now, specifically what we spoke about the difference between market share and profitability. And it's essentially the time or the value or both that you're adding to your customer. So if you are just simply in a transactional sale with your prospect, with your customer, then you're simply dropping a box, they're paying a price. So Amazon is a transactional relationship. Being with Walmart is traditionally a transactional relationship. You walk in, their lowest price, or at least you think their lowest price. You get it because they're low price. They're going to have the inventory. You get the product fast. Or Amazon, low price, you get it fast. You don't have to go shopping. You're getting value in that sense, but there's not a lot of time invested. As you need to move up the ladder, and this is what we need to do in B2B selling. We need to add more value. If we don't add value, then they don't need a salesperson. They can simply just have a transactional relationship, have a website, and go in, sales in, sales out, like Amazon. So as B2B salespeople, as entrepreneurs, as people that are growing revenue for our organizations, we have to be able to add value. And value is added in the sense of the amount of time that you spend with the organization, with your prospect, and what are you giving them in response to that time. So as you invest more time, the customer is utilizing your time. They're appreciating that time. You're giving them something of value, so they're giving you more attention. So the time is an investment of the customer, and the time is the investment of you. And as you move up the ladder from market share or transactional selling up to profitability and creating an actual trusted advisor or an advisor role, insightful to your prospect, then we need to move up the ladder. And in commercial selling and selling cleaning, what we need to do is we need to change the game from here's the product or service we deliver to B players selling green cleaning and helping people be greener, to where when we move up to A players, B plus, A players, A organizations, the A salespeople, what they're doing is they're changing the focus from transactional, from green to sustainability. Right? And sustainability is what your prospects want. They might not even know it, but they want a sustainable position. They want to utilize sustainability in their organization because sustainability reduces a lot of things. It adds value to an organization. So sustainability is the centerpiece or the synergy of the three pillars of sustainability, of people, planet, and profit. Right? So when you are impacting the people, when you are impacting the planet in a positive way, those two things naturally, the outcomes of helping people, improving the lives and the productivity of people, and reducing the impact on the planet, such as resources, things like that. When those two things are working harmoniously, then profitability or more profits is realized by an organization. And when those three are working together, that's how you're going to make a difference in your prospect's business. So we want to recognize that essentially sustainability is about risk reduction, right? Everything about sustainability that I see is about reducing the risk associated with not being sustainable. So you're reducing the risk to the people that are involved in a building, that live in a building, that work in a building. You're reducing the risk to the planet by reducing the impact, reducing water consumption, reducing energy costs, the risk. And those two risks, people and planet, produce better profits, more profitability for an organization. And so when those three pillars of sustainability are working together, what we're essentially doing is reducing the risk associated to the organization and to our customers. So we want to take our customer from being transactional to green to ultimately to sustainability. And that's not something you do in one swoop. It's something that you work towards. And so when you are working towards it, then you always have a reason to be in front of your customer. And you help them move up that ladder, up that grid to being full with sustainability. And then when you get there, you're still always managing new issues, new outcomes, new potentials, new problems. So it's not like you ever fully get there. You are working with them. But it's your insights, your values, your value that you give them, that the organization takes or receives, and in placement of that, they buy your products or services. So they don't buy your products and services because your products or services are better than everybody else's. They buy your products or services because the value you add helps them with their organization. Okay, so we need to recognize that to think that we can clean better than somebody else is subjective, right? And your customer's not going to believe that. They might believe it after you've done it for a while, what have you, but they're not essentially going to believe that. What you need to do is change the game. You need to show them another opportunity. They think of you as cleaning. They think of you as just, make it look good, make it smell good, and make my tenants happy. And you are going to show them the things that you can do that you can help them add value and profitability and reduce expenses to their organization. So that's what we're really talking about. And so to carry on from yesterday's topic, reducing waste. Now, what can we do in the commercial cleaning industry? How can we reduce waste? Well, there's a number of ways we can do that, but some of the ways we're going to just talk about a few today. Now, let's talk about that. So how do we reduce waste in the commercial cleaning industry that is going to be impactful or potentially impactful to not only our customers, but also to the environment? It's just a good practice. This is a best practice. It's something we should do as citizens of the world. So one of the ones we want to do is we want to reduce, consumption. So how can we reduce consumption? There's a lot of ways we can reduce consumption. If we circle back to packaging that we talked about the other day, so reducing consumption, meaning, if you invest in products that, automatically dissolve into your mop bucket, as an example. You just have a powdered product, it's about biodegradable, you drop it into the bucket, it 100% dissolves, and you just have that concentrate in your mop bucket. You have eliminated consumption, right? You have reduced consumption, I should say. Instead of using the 20-liter pail, you have used something very, very small. So your consumption, instead of throwing away a 20-liter pail, that package, which would have a couple hundred of the packs in there, you're going to throw away a container of this size, or recycle a container this size, then recycling 20-liter containers on almost a daily basis. So those are just little ways that you can reduce your consumption, which reduces the waste, the amount of times you're going to throw it away. You might notice that picking up waste and waste disposal is a huge cost. How many fast food restaurants do you go through now that really don't have a lot of garbage bins, or because they're trying to make you not have something to throw out? Right? In the past, years ago, they used to always have that. So it's just a cost to a business. So when you reduce waste, you reduce the cost and you increase profits. You reduce the impact on the environment. So these are things that you can do. These are things you should do. Now, repurposing tools. So what do we mean by that? Well, do you really need a new auto scrubber? Or can you buy some parts and rebuild it? This is just a way to repurpose tools. It's a way to reduce your consumption, reduce your waste. Moving to microfiber cleaning cloths, as an example, which last hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of washes, clean better, and you don't have to keep using these lousy rags which you throw away, things like that. So look at the tools you're using and what can you do to reduce the amount of times you throw it out and replace it. So these are things just to think about on what you can do to improve or reduce waste consumption. Now, recycling, this is a huge one. So think about what you can do and how you can help contribute to a recycling program. So these are things you want to look at. These are things that you want to implement, and you want to look at how you can work with your customer, with their business, and enhance their recycling program. And then making sure that you have those best practices and your staff are trained to work in conjunction with your customer to reduce waste and have a comprehensive recycling program. And finally, composting. Now, there's not a lot you can do in the cleaning industry with composting, but you can be aware of it. And if you are cleaning areas where there is food consumption, where there are these types of services that you provide or that you are around, then you can start, cleaning plates as an example, and making sure that you're putting it in composting instead of just throwing it all into the garbage. These are just little things that you can do to differentiate yourself, to work in alignment with your customer. Now, some customers aren't going to be overly concerned with recycling and composting, and that's unfortunate, but that's just the reality. Whereas you start getting into some large organizations and government facilities and schools and things like that, then this is obviously going to be something that's very important to them and to the community. So recognize who your customer is. How do you fit into their business? How can you help bring these added services? How can you help bring these added tasks and these outcomes and bring it to them so that they can realize the advantage and then work with you so that you are differentiating yourself and not just cleaning for appearance, but you're actually cleaning for health, and you're cleaning and impacting sustainability and reducing the impact on people, planet, and profit. Now, if you found this of value, please like the video, but in the description is a link to our free course. It's a 3-part course. There's get leads, engage leads, and convert leads, and we're specific to the cleaning industry. It'll help everybody, but specific to the cleaning industry. Hope you enjoy it. It's free. Click the link below.